Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay, it's been 2 weeks for having you already have a very long break. Ya, udah liburnya udah lama sekali nih. 2 minggu. Seharusnya tugas-tugasnya udah selesai semua ya, yang kemarin. Tapi saya lihat juga masih ada yang belum selesai tugas-tugas yang kemarin. Anyway, so let's start today with pray. Ya, kita mulai dulu dengan doa ya. Semoga kegiatan pembelajaran hari ini bisa berjalan dengan baik dan berkah. Okay, so today our topic is about a very able man. A very able man. Nah, can you guess what it is about? Ini tentang apa nih kira-kira? A very able man. What is it in bahasa Indonesia? Atau kira-kira nih topiknya tentang apa? A very able man.
Kemanusiaan, sir.
Kemanusiaan. Oke. Ada yang lain? How could you conclude it is about humanity? Kau bisa konklusiin, kau bisa disimpulin tentang humanity dari mana nih? How could you conclude that? How could you come with that ideas? Kau bisa dapat idenya dari mana? Kemanusiaan dari mana tuh dapatnya?
Menebak, sir.
Iya, nebaknya dari mana, nak? Dari kata yang mana? Kan ada a very able man. Itu.
Men, sir.
Man-nya. Oke. The word able. Able ini apa kira-kira? What is able?
Mampu, sir.
Mampu. Ya, able. Able, mampu. Ability, kemampuan. Right? Is able, mampu. We have the word man. Nah, jadi apakah tentang kemanusiaan atau tentang yang lain? We're going to check it later. Nah, jadi hari ini adalah we are going to learn about ini nih sebenarnya. We are going to learn about a successful man without arms or legs. Jadi tentang seorang yang nggak punya arms or legs ya, terlahir dengan kondisi seperti itu. We are having a reading skills about the using context, previewing, understanding the order of events, taking notes, and making inference. Jadi ada beberapa vocabulary yang bisa dipelajari dari sini. Anyway, kalau ada lihat like this one, pernah ada kalian ini nggak tahu ini nggak? Wait a second, let me share this. Nih. Oops. Mana ini ya? So, do you know this
The
guy?
confusion suffered by and set himself up in a really great job. But he's sure got plenty of guts.
This is scary
Oh,
right
you
here,
know about
mate.
this guy?
This is where you gotta have guts. Or you're a bit crazy. 10. Nice, mate. Thank you very much. You're a generous judge.
This 25-year-old Australian is climbing over every obstacle life puts in front of him, and he's doing it with style.
You really can do anything, can't you? There's no harm in believing so.
Everybody's going through something. You know, we're all going through something, just my pain is a bit more visible than yours or somebody else. When that clicked, it was like a light bulb when, you know, just flashed in my brain. I'm like, hey.
So you see that this guy, the Nick Vujicic, who is very inspirational, yeah, he could do every single thing. Misalnya kayak tadi renang, swimming, he could swim very, very well. Even I couldn't make it. Saya aja nggak bisa renang. And then if you have another one.
But I know that I don't have arms and legs for a reason, so I'm just gonna live my life as best as I can. To push myself mentally to be able to get to where I am today. There's always people doubting me. And I am just trying to live my life as independent as possible. I think some of my biggest proudest moments in my life would be learning how to walk, learning how to get myself dressed, going up and down the stairs, getting into my wheelchair, taking my own notes in school, graduating. I always put it on timer mode, and then I just hold it. Hanhart syndrome is a birth defect that affects less than 1 in 1 million people here in the United States.
Wow, you got this idea from the Gabe Adams and the Nick Vujicic, yeah? So we are going to have a reading activity today. She is all about this one. Okay. Can you help me to read this one? It's been a long time not to practice your speaking and reading activity, like the pronunciation stuff. So would you please read it for me? Ayo, saya mau paragraf pertama Anissa, paragraf kedua Takim, paragraf ketiga ada si Aulia, paragraf keempat si who's that? Rahma, come on. Would you please read it for me?
Yes,
Anissa,
sir.
first paragraph.
A very able man. Hirotada Ototake is a happy, successful man.
Wait. Ulang nak.
A very able man. Hirotada Ototake is a happy, successful man. He graduated from Waseda University, one of Japan's top universities. While he was a student there, he played a lot of sports. After graduating, he worked as a sports journalist. Then in 1998, he wrote a book about his life. This book became a bestseller in Japan.
Okay, that's at 1998, and then this one is successful, yeah, not success but successful man. Okay, so what information you can conclude? He graduated from Waseda University. Dia lulus dari Waseda University, and then he played a lot of sports. Ya, dia bisa olahraga juga. I am very wondering with his condition, kira-kira dia main olahraganya apa? I'm very wondering about that one. And then he worked as a sport journalist. Do you know what sport journalist is? Sa? Anissa?
Jurnalis olahraga, sir.
Ya, jadi jurnalis yang meliput tentang olahraga. Jadi dia nulis proposal tentang olahraga. Good. And then the bestseller. What is bestseller? Do you know that? Do you know about it?
Yang paling banyak dijual.
laris.
Ya, yang paling laku. Okay, cool. So this is the first information we got from Hiro Tadaotake about his education, and then what is he doing during his study. Okay, next is Takim. Mustaqim. Are you there, Kim?
Yes,
Please
sir.
read the second paragraph for me, for us.
Mr. Ototake, or Otto, as his friends call him, has a disability. He was born with a condition called tetra amelia. It is a rare condition, and children with tetra amelia are born without arms or legs.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Kim. Look, Mr. Ototake or Otto S. Yeah, this one is S. As his friends call him, has a disability. He was born with a condition called tetra amelia. It is rare. It is a rare condition, and children with tetra amelia are born without arms or legs. So, what is this ability, Kim?
Disabilitas, sir.
Yeah, disabilitas. What is the disability that Mr. Otto has?
Tetra amelia.
Tetra amelia. Is it a common condition or not? Is it a common condition or not? Itu common or not?
That's sir.
No, yeah, it's a rare condition. So, you know, common, oh wait. So, you know, common is the antonym of the rare. What is rare then?
Jarang, sir.
Ya, jarang. Jadi jarang dan yang umum. So, common is something, you know, very usual. Yang umum, rare itu yang jarang. So, it's a rare condition, ya. Very rare, jarang. So, tetra amelia born without arms and legs. Jadi dia lahirnya tanpa ada tangan dan kakinya. Thank you, Kim. Next, Aul.
As a young boy, Otto's parents sent him to regular school. They didn't want him to go to a special school for children with disabilities. Otto said that it's sometimes hard for people to feel comfortable around something with disability. By going to a regular school, Otto helped his classmates learn about people with disability. He warned them that people with disability were just like them. Otto talks about this in his book.
Okay.
No one's perfect.
No one is perfect. No one is perfect. Okay. This is the bestseller book. Yeah. The book title is No One's Perfect. And then, okay. Otto's parents, so his parents, his mother and father, sent him to a regular school. Why? Aul, why his parents sent him to regular school? Kenapa dikirim ke sekolah yang biasa?
Karena mereka nggak merasa anak orang itu disabilitas, sir.
Okay. So according to you, is it good or bad? Is it good or bad for Otto or for other people?
Bad, sir.
Why? Why all? Kenapa all?
Karena nggak sesuai sama yang mereka butuhkan, sir.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. But at the end, do you think that Otto can survive studying in the regular school? Si Otto-nya bisa survive nggak selama dia belajar di regular school? Bisa sukses nggak? Bisa ya. So it means that not every condition is, I mean, makanya sekarang itu ada namanya inklusi, sekolah inklusi. So that gives an opportunity for everyone to, together to learn from each other sebenarnya. Nah, this is interesting. Otto says that it is sometimes hard for people to feel comfortable around someone disabled. Ini tadi mungkin ya. Jadi orang-orang itu kayaknya bakalan agak aneh ngelihat dia kan, karena nggak nyaman gitu. Nah, but this is important. By going to regular school, Otto help his classmate learn about the people with disabilities. Malah dia yang ke sana biar ngajarin orang-orang bahwa tentang kondisi seperti itu, bahwa ada loh yang orang-orang yang terlahir dengan tetra amelia and it's here. And akhirnya kita harus accept and then they're just the same. Jadi akhirnya teman-temannya juga respect and like him gitu. Okay, thank you all. Next, siapa tadi? Rahma ya?
Yes, sir. Otto believes that if you want something, you have to work hard for it. He worked very hard at school to get into Waseda University. He also worked hard at sports such as baseball, basketball, and swimming. And he worked hard to get a good job.
Okay, thank you, Ma. This is very, very interesting. Like, he could play sport like baseball. Dia main baseball. And basketball and swimming. This is my very first question. Ini pertanyaan saya pertama tadi ya. Kira-kira dia belajarnya apa? Dia olahraganya apa yang ini? Dia sportsnya apa? Oh, ternyata dia play a lot of sports like baseball, basketball, swimming. And then it's good thing he worked very, very hard for it. Sampai dia bisa masuk ke Waseda University, which is one of the best university in Japan and even in the world. Terus dia juga work hard to get a good job. That's cool. Oops, what is the next one? Nah, still have two more stuff. Monica, can you please help me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then
sir.
Shakila yang paragraf terakhirnya. Ayo, Mon.
Otto got married in 2001 and he now has 2 young sons. In 2002, 2007, he also decided to change his job. Now he works as an elementary school teacher in Tokyo. He teaches science and social students. As a teacher, Otto believes that his students will learn that people are the same with or without disabilities.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mon. Otto got married. So he married in 2001. Ya, dia nikahnya 2001 and now he has 2 young sons. Dia punya anak. Is it a male or female? Mon. Anaknya.
Laki-laki, sir.
Ya, male ya. In 2007, He also decided to change his job. Now he works as teacher, elementary school teacher in Tokyo. He teaches science and social studies. As a teacher, Otto believes that his students will learn. So the student learn that people are the same with or without disabilities. This is very good, point. Just the same. Thank you. Next, Shakila. Sha, there? Oh no, Shakila is not there. Rahmat, Rakur, are you there? No? Oh yeah,
Yes, sir.
Please, Kur. Baca bang.
Paragraf terakhir, sir.
Iya.
Did Otto's disability make him different? Actually, yes, I did. It taught him to be strong and to work hard. And that made him able to do many things. Otto shows us that anything is possible if you work hard enough.
Okay, thank you, Bang. Did Otto's disability make him different? Actually, yes. It did. Ya, beda sih memang physically. It taught him to be very strong to work hard. Tapi dia jadi lebih strong and jadi lebih working hard. That made him able to do many things. Otto shows us that anything is possible if you work hard enough. Okay, thank you, good. Let's just move to our activity. Kira-kira dapatlah isinya tentang apa ya? Nah, bisa kita gas nggak? 1998, dia tadi ngapain 1998? Ayo, masih ingat nggak tadi? Paragraf pertama tuh.
Wrote a book.
Ya, wrote a book. Wrote a book. What is the title?
No one's perfect.
No one's perfect. Yes. No one's perfect. Oops. Next. 2001.
Got married, sir.
Yeah, good. They are married. And 2007?
Have 2 young sons.
Children.
Yeah, have children. Atau sons. Oh, sons. Oh. Let's check your understanding then. Kira-kira the main idea of this article, what is the main idea tadi? Kira-kira main idea tentang apa nih?
Gagasan pokok, sir.
Iya, tentang apa? Is it about children with disabilities shouldn't go to special school?
B, sir.
Yes, ini ya, you can be successful if you work hard. Tadi main idenya didapat di akhir. Good. Number 2, Otto went to school with? Dia masuk ke sekolah apa? Otto
B,
went to
sir.
B.
C.
Ayo. Nah, C. Tadi kan dia bilangnya dia masuk ke rare sekolah yang sekolah yang reguler. Ya, berarti yang reguler itu sekolah biasa. Sekolah biasa itu anak-anaknya yang without disabilities jadi itunya. Ya. Kalau yang A dan B itu sama. Next, number 3. Oh, hard. Difficult ya. Di situ maksudnya.
Difficult, sir.
Just ini short time. Number 5, which statement about Otto is not true? Yang ini nih, yang mana yang not true? He work as journalist. He wrote about sport when he was a journalist. Atau he works as journalist now?
C, sir.
C ya, dia bukan sebagai jurnalis tapi dia sebagai Elementary teacher.
Elementary school.
Yeah, elementary school teacher. Cool. Nah, another one. This is this is about the vocabulary and the skill of using dictionary. Ini paling banyak salah nih biasanya. Bear in mind that the meaning of one word could be, various, depend on the context. Jadi tergantung sama konteks tuh kalau arti dari satu kata. Nah, kita harus sesuaikan artinya dengan konteksnya. Kalau kalian pakai kamus yang, Oxford Basic American Dictionary, yang kamusnya yang ini, yang kamusnya ada yang kecil tapi agak tebal, yang pocket, yang English, yang dia bahasa Inggris juga artinya, bukan kamus-kamus yang bahasa Indonesia, bahasa Inggris, tapi English. This is how you use it. Jadi nanti akan ada ini katanya. This is the word, ya. Ada syllable-nya nih. Berarti ini 3 syllable. Condition. Nah, yang ini adalah cara bacanya. Jadi ini tekanannya di D. Condition. Kan? And then ini noun, ini kelas katanya. Apakah dia kata benda atau kata sifat atau apa. Nah, look, untuk kata condition ada 4 arti nih dalam 4 konteks. Yang pertama adalah the state that someone or something is in. Contohnya the car was cheap and in good condition. Jadi dalam kondisi sesuatu ya. Keadaan sesuatu atau seseorang. Number 2 is conditions. Ini dalam konteksnya plural. Kalau dalam plural berarti the situation in which people live, work, or do things. Bisa the prisoners live in terrible conditions. Ini contoh kalimatnya. Contohnya dalam satu kalimat. And then untuk yang number 3 artinya konteksnya adalah something that must happen before another thing can happen. Sesuatu yang terjadi sebelum hal yang terjadi. One of the conditions, syarat nih berarti. Nomor 3 ini artinya lebih ke persyaratan. One of the conditions of the job is that you agree to work on Saturday. Salah satu syarat kerjanya adalah bahwa kalian, harus kerja di Sabtu. So, bisa beda artinya ya. Number 1 ini kondisi, keadaan, ya kan? 2 juga masuk keadaan. Yang ketiga ini masuknya lebih ke persyaratan. Dan number 4 konteksnya adalah a medical problems that you have for a long time. Yang keempat ini lebih fokus ke dalam kondisi kesehatan, a medical problem. Contohnya he has a heart condition. Nah, look, nomor 1 nih, is tetra amelia is a serious condition. Nah, di sini condition masuk ke dalam konteks yang keempat, ya kan? Are you with me? Di sini ngerti nggak maksud saya?
Yes, sir.
Tepat ya? Nah, what about number 2? Is your school in good condition? Ini masuk yang kemana?
Number 1, sir.
Number 1, ya. Jadi ini masuk ke yang pertama nih. Dalam kondisi sesuatu tempat, ya. Atau bisa number 2 juga nih. Number 3, under what condition?
3, sir.
Ya, ini artinya lebih persyaratan ya. Good. Ini masuk yang 3. The conditions in the hospital, ini masuk?
Number 2, sir.
Tempat kerja, ya itu yang number 2. Benar, good. This one is number 2. Nah, let's take a look at the word heart. Untuk kata heart-nya. Heart, ini cara bacanya, lihat. Ada A-nya kebalik nih. Bukan A tapi O, heart. 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 Kalau dia nggak ada tekanan nih, heart, ya. Ada 2, ada heart dan heart. Ini kita dua-dua heart. 1, heart yang pertama itu dalam adjektif. Itu adalah adjektif, artinya kata sifat. Satu lagi heart-nya adalah adverb, kata keterangan, kelas katanya. Beda. Lihat, heart yang pertama adalah not soft. Contohnya, these apples are very hard. Keras nih berarti ya kan. I couldn't sleep because the bed was too hard. Keras sekali tempat tidurnya. Gak bisa tidur jadinya. And then number 2, difficult. Nah, yang kedua artinya bisa difficult. difficult to do or difficult to understand, sulit untuk dimengerti. The exam was very hard. And then number 3 artinya bisa full of problems. He has had a hard life. Hidupnya penuh banyak masalah. Kehidupannya berat banget, keras banget, sulit banget. So ini artinya lebih kayak full of problems. Gitu. And then number 4 itu bisa maknanya adalah not kind of gentle, not kind or gentle, nggak lembut ya, kasar. She is very hard on children, keras nih, tapi lebih dalam konteks yang kasar, not gentle. Oke. Another one dalam konteks dalam bentuk adverb ya, kelas katanya adalah adverb kata keterangan, bisa artinya a lot. Nah, beda kan? She works very hard. Dia kerja keras. Ini banyak nih, a lot artinya di situ. You need to try harder. And then artinya adalah strongly, lebih kuat. It's raining hard. Hujannya kuat, deras. Ini di sini maksudnya. Strongly. She hit him hard. Dia pukulnya dengan kuat. So different kelas katanya, beda. Let's take a look at number 5. Di sini, is it hard to learn a new language? Ini masuk apa? Ini masuk kata sifat atau kata kerja nih? Oops. Kata sifat ya. This one is adjective. Di sini adjective artinya apa? Yang mana nih artinya?
Difficult to do or
difficult to do. Yes. So it's number 2. Good bang. Difficult to do. It's number 2. Cool. Do you study hard? Hard yang di sini masuknya apa? Adverb. Yes. Ini dia ke adverb. Adverbnya yang mana artinya? Yang a lot atau strongly?
A
lot ya.
A lot, sir.
Yes. Good. Number 7. Do you need to push hard to open the door? To push hard di sini konteksnya adverb, keterangan ya. Jadinya yang strongly. Nah, ingat satu ciri dari sini bahwa kata keterangan, contohnya kayak hard yang ini dan hard yang ini kan keterangan, adverb. Diikuti dengan apa? Dengan kata study and push. Study and push ini kata apa? Verb, kata kerja. Berarti kalau ada verb, dia bisa diikuti oleh adverb, kata keterangan. Posisinya bisa adverb duluan, bisa ini. Jadi tergantung sama adverbnya apa nanti. Ini adalah adverb kata keterangan cara, adverb manner nih. Oke, next number 8. Berarti di sini hard-nya dalam bentuk adjective. Hard day. Nah, lihat day, ada kata day. Day di sini hari. Di sini berarti day-nya adalah noun. Jadi noun ini temannya adalah adjective. Ini yang selalu harus diingat. Ini hard adjective, noun, day. Jadi ada adjective sama noun, ini verb sama adverb. Itu dia. So did you have a hard day yesterday? Hard di sini masuk ke kemana nih kira-kira? Not soft, full of problems, atau gentle, not gentle? Ini masuk kemana? Hard day. Hari yang keras, hari yang berat. Masuk kemana berarti?
Nomor 3, sir.
Iya, full of problems di sini artinya. Full of problems. Hari yang keras. Hari yang berat. Good. So, that's basically the things that you need to understand. Satu kata bisa maknanya berbeda tergantung dengan konteksnya. And we have to be able to put them correctly based on the context. Makanya kalau mau beli kamus, nanti kamus yang ini, Oxford Basic American Dictionary. Itu yang kamus kecil, pocketnya lumayan bisa dipakai. Itu dia. Jadi ntar kalau pakai kamus, nggak salah-salah lagi. Biar terbiasa untuk menempatkan kata nya dengan tepat, penggunaan kata dengan tepat. Well, that's all for today. So today we talked about that one. One thing I want you to come is that, nah, tugasnya nanti akan saya post di di Schoology. Silakan tulis di discussion room nanti tentang ini. I know that you can do the impossible. Itu katanya si Terry Fox, Canadian atlet Kanada. I know that you can do the impossible. Nah, so nanti di Schoology, please write something about it's about your spectacular experience. For me, it's spectacular experience in which you thought, in which you thought that you can make it, in which you thought that you couldn't make it. It was that impossible, but it's possible when you try it, when you did it. Jadi nanti please share di discussion room-nya, ya. Please share about this one. Your spectacular, for me it's spectacular experience, pengalaman yang menakjubkan, pengalaman yang seru lah. Satu pengalaman yang kalian pikir itu nggak mungkin awalnya, impossible. Yang kalian mungkin awalnya itu nggak mungkin, tapi setelah dicoba ternyata oh bisa ya ternyata. Okay, you got it? So just share a little, very short experience and a discussion room nanti. Nanti akan saya sediain discussion room-nya in the Schoology, and you write your comment, share your experience. Okay? So that's all for today. Thank you for. Yeah, so that's all for today. Thanks for joining me. Lagi ya, jangan lupa tugas-tugasnya ya nak, untuk diselesain semua biar cepat. Ini udah mau akhir semester nih, tinggal tunggu kalian beberapa kali pertemuan, kemudian kalian ujian, udah selesai sama raport. Oke, see you next week insyaallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.